This podcast is part of the Zero to Hero Podcast Network.
You stay right here.
The world is very lucky to have you, and so am I. May the power protect you, always.
We heard the voices. We can hear them. We can touch them. We're gonna find out who they really are.
Well, now that's a terrible idea. I'm gonna do that one more time because I felt like I sloshed it.
I think if it does get traction... Oh, dang, we lost them. I think if it does get traction... Hold on, there's that drink again. Everybody at home, take a drink every time Jay drops out of the combo.
Damn it!
We're at 25 drinks.
Nobody can tell us that we're drunk. Yeah.
Gosh, where was I?
Oh, taking your dreams. Taking the dreams. Well, welcome to this episode of Zero to Hero, where it's just me, Billy, tonight. Because Jim has internet issues, which is weird because I had internet issues all this past week because somebody decided to break into our little internet hub at the end of our street and steal all the technology in it and cables, converters, everything. So I didn't have internet almost all week long. They just finally fixed it, and it turns out he has internet issues in Dallas. So this is what a turn of events. So instead of rambling on with Jim for a couple minutes, I'd just like to bring on our returning guest, and a new guest. So I'd like to welcome Tavin back on for us.
Hello.
He does dioramas. Absolutely love him. And we have to bring in our other guest, JR, which I did not know this, is in the same city as me almost.
Oh, right on.
And well, welcome on. Yeah, welcome on, you guys. I don't have to ask you anything because you're in Texas already, but California is a whole different story. So
yeah. I'm sure you guys are used to the warm weather. I'm over here trying to bunker down.
Oh man, I just gotta say that last year was probably the worst year that we had for summer here. In me being alive, you know.
Can we just get
felt like it was never going to end? That's for sure.
Sun?
That's true. Yeah, that's so true. So tonight's episode, we're gonna have some interesting stuff to go on, and we have some new information that's come out from Tavin that's actually pretty nifty. And I'm gonna insert a little word of the day, nifty. So,
I like that, nifty.
Nifty. Yeah. So, just want to get y'all that I have both follow y'all both on TikTok as well, and I absolutely love y'all's contents and stuff. So, just want to say that's give us a little backstory. That's how y'all met, or how did y'all become friends on there?
Yeah, sure. I'll touch on that. Jay and I met through TikTok. I think we started following each other almost like at the same time, and eventually just started talking about dioramas. Jay hit me up for some advice about how I would do this or that, and from then on, it was just a back and forth. And then later down that friendship, I thought I want to do more stuff with this guy. So then now we have our own little thing, the Figures and Fiction. Every couple of Sundays, we'll do it, and I have fun doing that with him. He's pretty awesome. But that's kind of a very fast breakdown of our relationship right now. There's it's all good here. I fucking love Jay. He's awesome.
And right. that's pretty much it. I was following him. I was really impressed by his work, and when I tried to do some dioramas myself for the first time, I reached out to him, and I was surprised that he was very helpful with a lot of advice on painting techniques and that kind of thing, and helped me work through my first diorama. And a lot of times people with a lot of talent for something don't like sharing tips with people on that. I assume it probably gets overwhelming at some point, but Tavin was nice enough to do that, and here we are.
I love seeing others' perspectives of how to do things and like how you thought you were going to do it. And right. It always humbles me so much of what other people know compared to what I do on certain things and topics. So, all right, and it's been fun. It's been fun, and I love watching y'all make y'all stuff too. And then sometimes I catch y'all's live. Sometimes I don't even get on my phone for that night, so I miss like figures and fictions and stuff. So, but I always try to catch y'all when I can, especially with like what is it, up to 4 different people sometimes. So
there's generally 6 of us on Figures and Fiction. Yeah.
Okay, and that's just a TikTok live series that y'all do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's correct.
Sweet. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. You can't beat nothing than talking about toys and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how I look at it. We're just talking amongst ourselves, and if anybody wants to join in or participate or just listen, that's great. But it's nice to have some people in your general age group to talk about toys with.
Oh, exactly.
So that's always good.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the hardest part I think was with me is a lot of the people that we are around and stuff are over 60, so it's like kind of hard to like communicate with them of what I like to what they like, and TikTok has actually been a very great opening for me as well, because not only do I have the Power Ranger stuff, I can also like action figures, dioramas. There's discussions. There's always something out there, and the connections you make and all this it's so much fun. So, and
I'm really happy that there's all right to band together and just talk about it. Hella good shit.
Yeah.
I'm more excited that now toy companies are starting to reveal more what they're calling diorama elements. I would call them props or play sets, and I'm excited because I get to bring those up instead of just having like action figures that we're all caught up with. Like, wait, have you seen this unique play set? Like, I don't know if you knew when we were talking in the chat, Jay, about the Tamashii Nation noodle shop that they just really revealed. So like being able to talk about like, look, the toy companies are heading towards more like world building with props and display pieces, and I love that because it's opening the doors for things like dioramas. But aside sharing toys with friends, now I get to really talk about the stuff that I really enjoy making, and that always gets me all a little pumped.
Yeah, and I noticed that some companies are actually reaching out to some of the like TikTok users to help them like promote stuff. I see some guy, he also lives in Texas as well, that he promotes and he does giveaways of like new McFarlane figures.
Oh, okay.
And it's been pretty fun to see like them actually reaching out to people like the Joe Schmoes of the group, and actually, they see the love towards their brand. So hey, why not help them out? And so
to the people that I'm about to forget your names, I'm sorry, but I have seen how the bigger companies like NECA and Hasbro have asked other independent creators to make their diorama displays for their reveals. Like you see it with the new reveal for the Freddy's Furnace that just came out from NECA. They have not only the Freddy's Furnace, the piece that they made, but somebody made them a diorama to go with the reveal, like little marketing commercial that they have, and it's pretty awesome. The diorama is baller, and it matches the furnace that they made, and it just another reason to be happy. One company, and then Hasbro recently did it, I think, with their HasLab Giant Man. They had really awesome like skyscraper dioramas in the back and a road. It really created the scene that a lot of us really want to experience when it comes to toy collecting. Like the toys are one thing, but when you have like a whole setting for it, it elevates it.
Oh wow! So you're saying that they actually had people make the dioramas that were not a part of Hasbro, or
I believe so. I could be wrong, but if they did have somebody working for them that made them dioramas for that, it's still like a win and like a positive.
Well,
it's pushing dioramas.
Essentially, that's what they've always really done. If you think about it, and Tavin and I talked about this when we were first starting to talk about the Dualrama, is that when I was a kid and I was playing with G.I. Joes, and I'm older than both you guys, I'm sure, so it was in the 80s, you'd watch the commercials, and the commercials have been the same for years and years, so you guys have experienced with Power Rangers or Masters of the Universe or any of them, is that you've got these toys and they're great toys, but then when they're marketing them to you, you've got these kids playing with a miniature mountain in their backyard with a stream running through it so that they can have all these elaborate battle scenes going on. And then you get these toys home, and what I used to do is like crumple up the comforter on my bed to try and make a mountain out of it so that I could pretend to do the things that they were doing in the commercials, and it kind of made me feel like I was getting ripped off. Like, this is the experience that you're going to get with these toys, and then you get it home and it's not really that experience. So I feel like dioramas really will complete the whole intended goal of these toys to begin with. Whether, it's a kid playing with them or an adult displaying them, we all have shelves everywhere with just toys on them. This gives you the option to set up an actual scene, leave it static if you want, go in there and play with them if you want. A lot more options rather than just stuff standing on a shelf,
You actually hit that nail on the head, honestly, because that I never thought about that till now. Like, as a kid, you're right. Like, we would get the toys and there would be no nothing. What, it was just the figures. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So you're on
now
your
I
own
feel,
for
yeah. Now I'm on my own. Yeah.
Well, for those that caught everything in those commercials, we didn't just think the toys were awesome. We thought what they were presenting to us as a whole was awesome. We thought there would be some sort of, familiarity when we opened those action figures itself. Obviously, they're toys and they're supposed to be a tool for us to express our imagination. So we're only going to come up with so much. But I bet you that the sofa fortress was, unreachable. You had a lot of fun with it. But like now that we're adults and we have, the same like likes, then why not spruce it up? Why not create those backdrops, those scenes that we always wanted? Because those toy commercials really set like a standard that without knowing it. Because with people like me and Jay, we saw those and we're like, how am I going to make that diorama, or where can I get it? Because like that's part of the world building that we love about these about action figures.
Yeah.
At least for me and Jay, I think.
And you so this brings us into like our main topic, honestly, so you've actually talked to us about the diorama, but you decided to go one step further and you decided to think outside the box and you decided to make a dolorama. So which basically is a two or multi-point diorama where you could change it up. So for the people that didn't hear it last time, because you did mention it to us last time, would you like to give a little explanation on it?
Sure. The Dualorama came from wanting to save space, money, and have multiple combinations at hand for how to display my action figures. And one day I kind of just put it together and I thought, oh, if I switch, if I place the magnets like this and like that, then I can basically flip flop these walls and create a whole different scene. And I just thought it was a neat idea. I actually put in I put it away for like a couple of years and then I remembered it all of a sudden. But that's what it essentially is. The dual ROMs that I've made that have 4 walls at least have eight different ways to express them. So like that's already that's 8 ways to express a diorama instead of a dual rama. Unlike the traditional dioramas that are just singular one display piece, and then you have to buy a whole another one if you really want to achieve, or depending on how it goes, you might have to get, custom after custom, and that's just ranking up a lot of money. I'm just trying to,
right,
make it accessible and as practical for me. And I think it's time to share this with everybody else. And luckily, Jay and I were connected, brought it up, and he seemed to believe in it, and I believe in it even more. So we're here now,
right?
And it's a great concept because if you own dioramas, I know Jay has some dioramas. Do you have some dioramas, Billy?
No, I actually don't. I don't have any. Yeah.
And so like it would be. Here are the things that you should consider when you want to buy a dualorama versus a diorama. When I kind of said them already, but a diorama is just the one thing. A dualorama has multiple combinations, up to 8, depending on how many walls. If you get a ceiling with it, you can stack it if you get multiples of the same dimensions, and you can just keep going from then on. Now, if you incorporate like the combinations in itself is just something I can talk forever about. But it's going to save you money because you're going to have, again, the multiple in one, and it's going to save you space because if you don't have a diorama, in a way you don't know. But some of these things are freaking bulky and they take up a lot of space. So you have to, be aware of that and how to take care of them too. Some of them need some touch up. Some of them need, certain care. And I want to be able to cut a lot of that and maximize, how much fun we have and we can just enjoy them for what they offer. So I guess in that rant, my explanation was in there. I hope you guys caught that. Sorry for ranting, but
Well, and these things are great. One of the reasons that I really really believe in them is for the reasons that we spoke about. As a kid, we saw all these great dioramas basically on commercials that they didn't share with us. But I feel like part of being a collector seems to be.
Oh
Oh
no!
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 Take a drink every time someone gets dropped.
For real.
Doesn't like me today.
You're
It
back.
seems to
Take
be
a drink.
part. Yeah, part of figure collecting seems to me to be you're required to have some level of ADHD, right? So you're wanting to change things. You want to change yourselves around. You want to look at something different all the time. You don't want the same old thing all the time. It's like buying a reversible jacket rather than one that's not. So you take this jacket home. You want to wear the red one for a few days. I'm tired of that. I want to wear the black one. Flip it inside out. This will allow you to do that a little bit more and just be able to change up your shelves more often without paying a lot of money for. Dioramas aren't cheap.
Right.
Especially on the custom made end. We'll see what we can do in more of a mass setting eventually, but and the space. You don't have to fill your closet up with unused dioramas either. So
You're right.
So,
And now, the question I have is: so y'all make the dioramas and stuff like that. Do y'all actually do like like toy photography as well with these things?
Awesome question. Jay, do you want to answer that first, or?
I'm just not a great photographer. I do my best at it, but there's other guys that make me feel like I'm just out here with an Etch-a-Sketch trying to make an image of it.
That's my life. Yeah, that's me.
Tavin does some. He does his unboxing videos with the diorama kind of in the background for effect. And those, if you haven't seen any of his unboxing videos, I strongly recommend it. It's one of the best things he does.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure enough, I watch him every time I scroll past. And I see him doing unboxing. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm watching this one because I don't know what's gonna happen in this one. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And that's the
But
great
yeah,
thing
we've got a
about
lot of friends that do a lot of incredible toy photography, and some of them have been done on Taven's dioramas, and we're hoping that a lot more will in the future.
Right.
Sure.
And not only are y'all invested into like the Doloramas, y'all actually have a patent for it as well.
Yes, sir.
So how
Patent
does if you like to describe, because I honestly I don't know how you do go about that, but how do you go about doing a patent for something like that?
The process that I went through, it was actually kind of fun. It really just requires you to describe the idea and then kind of present it to them. You give them some info on it, and if they think it's worth their while and stuff like that, they'll get a hold of you. And they did. I didn't.
Oh wow.
I didn't think it was going to be that fluent of a thing, but it was almost right away.
Oh wow. Now is
Yeah.
is like the patent only good for like California or is it all like nationwide?
I double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's nationwide.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Um,
And how did I was gonna say how did so Jay's the backer for you for this as well as well?
mhm.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry, Jay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did use a service to kind of bridge between the patent offices and ourselves because government filings and things like that. So we did get a little bit of help in that regard. But I've just been helping with just in the background, helping out with the necessary things from the more business end of it. And
See, I believe in it for what it is. Jay believes in it with his needs. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm so grateful for that. Like Sugar Daddy came through. Just teasing, Jay. You're an awesome partner and friend. But
Oh man.
I was amazed that you stepped up to it. I don't know if I told you. I was amazed and really happy that it was you. I think I expressed that at one point or another a bunch of different times because like I'm just a sap. But uh, yeah, it was a great thing. Like somebody else was gonna partner with me, and I didn't like the way that guy wrote me, even though he's a really good friend. It just wasn't meant to be. And honestly, I got better vibes from Jay, and
Right.
I thought, he's interested. Take him up on it because it just feels right, and I like that. So then we connected even more, and we're here now. And where we are right now is we're on our way to marketing this out. We gotta put our we gotta stack up some funds for this next part. Looking at you, Jay. I'm also trying my best. Okay, I swear. But that is it's the boring and ugly part of it. We got to stash up some money so that we can get a professional marketing portfolio or something like that that can be
Oh.
passed around to the companies that we want this to be exposed to. Because if I recall, the companies they said that I mentioned home is directly in contact with, pardon, is companies like Jada and Hasbro. And already
Oh.
my spidey senses go up like Jada and Hasbro.
You're
Well,
right.
I can sauce them up and remind them of how awesome this could benefit everybody. They like money and we like toys, so like it's a win-win. Um,
Right.
You're right.
I so yeah, it's a fun process. It's a little stressful. I don't. It's not a competition, but I would assume that Jay's probably under more stress than I am right now. But um, but yeah, I recommend anyone who believes in themselves to give it a shot. Try it with your friends, try it alone, but give it a shot because it's turned it's turned my perspective of things around, and I think it's given me a better and general outview of life to just go for something like this. I think if it does get traction, oh dang, we lost him. I think if it
Dang it.
does get traction, hold on, there's that drink again. Everybody at home, take a drink every time Jay drops out of the combo.
Damn it.
We're at 25 drinks.
Nobody can tell us that we're drunk.
um,
Yeah.
gosh, where was I? Uh,
Oh, taking your dreams. Taking the dreams.
yeah, you just got to take a shot at it because it's changing my perspective and in such a good way that I feel like the next ideas that I have, and I've spoken to Jay about one of them, is also going to pick up because I'm trying to come from a place where I'm thinking about the collectors, not necessarily the collection, but like the collectors. So coming up with ideas that can benefit them, us is my goal. If I can help improve, how we let's say I'm trying to say if I can help Hasbro realize that this is a great concept to like implicate them to their properties. Like imagine a Hasbro quality danger room on one side, and then the other side is like the mansion or whatever
Oh.
you want it to be. Like that makes sense within the realm of a danger room projecting
Right.
obstacle courses for X-Men to fight in. So like imagine if Hasbro did that for a HasLab and that's one
Right.
property. If you can, carry the concept onto everything else that they own, this just the possibilities are endless.
Oh yeah. And I could definitely see like say for people that wanted say like with G.I. Joe who wanted a USS flag but could never find one. Well, maybe you can do like a storage bay that can flip over to become a launch bay
There
for
you
the
go.
flag, which I mean, if you have never seen the USS flag, that thing is large. So,
We
maybe
we have a few friends that have them, and they like to show them off because the fans love them because they're a rarity to see. And
very.
I'm gonna dot that down as that's
And they had
another
one set
great.
up at a toy store. I don't know if you've made it out to Bat City Toys in Austin.
Oh, I've been there 2 times, only twice.
Okay. Yeah, they had one
They
set up there for a few months.
what in that little tiny space?
Yeah, right
They
inside the door. Yeah.
Damn. Okay, I know because that must have took up a lot of space in there because that is not a very big place to begin with.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
they make the most out of it though. They tend to surprise me with some of the big stuff they bring in there occasionally.
Oh wow. The only thing I don't like about that place is the parking because it's like people. It's a apartment complex as well. So like
Yeah.
you're trying to fight people for parking and their apartment complexes as well. It's weird.
Oh, they shouldn't have moved in above a toy store, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Them be fight words. But yeah, that's a fun little play. There's some guy that always posts videos of them going there, and I'm just like, oh wow, I go there all the time.
Yeah. I know Art, one of the other guys that's on Figures and Fiction with us, Art Squared is his TikTok name.
That's the one. That's him.
He goes there a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
I've,
He
I've
lives
met with him.
he said he lives in like Sunset Valley area.
Cedar Park, I think, somewhere around there. Cedar Park, Leander, or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's another little bougie area too. So yeah. Oh man.
We'll remind Art that he's bougie.
Yeah. For real. Oh yeah. That's fun.
Love you, Art.
So fun. What do you got going on right there? Because I see you have a diorama right next to you. What you got there?
I do. I just noticed one of my fingers fell. Well, what I'm reaching for is actually this. I don't know if the people at home are going to be able to see this, but I just received a custom action figure based off myself from a good friend of ours named Leon. He's on TikTok, and I love this guy. I received it yesterday. Leon told me, "Hey, I just got a notification that it arrived at your house. Have you gotten it?" And I hadn't been home, but when I came home, I saw it, and I told him I was going to get a hold of him. I totally spaced out. I just started playing with this guy and didn't drop him until like 1 a.m. because I was up late.
And you can't see very well on there, but when you're able to see a TikTok video, it looks exactly like him. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Does it have a little beanie as well on there? It looks like a little beanie.
Yeah, brother. It's got a beanie, my trademark beanie, and split beard look with the one giant gauge on him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
It even came with a tiny.
Oh, there it is again. Dang.
Take another drink. You just got dropped in accident. Guys, this isn't on purpose. It's not but it is a fun game for me.
Yeah. I don't know why it does that either. Dang.
It's the I don't know either. I was gonna make something up. It's the streaming god saying no.
No, yeah. So I don't know why it drops people like that. You're not the only one. So it's happened to Tavin too. So.
I'm getting fast at signing back in, so that's
okay. All right. That's fun. So what do you collect, JR? Because I see that you got a couple things, little knickknacks.
Yeah, I collect mostly Marvel Legends. I've got my my Galactus up there, which is probably the best one I'm collecting.
Did you post the video not too long ago of the old toy commercial, and then it was instead it was?
Yeah, that was
me. You had me laughing so hard.
I'm glad to hear that.
The way you were spinning him around and stuff, and I was like, that's exactly what the commercial did when they were young.
Yeah, I like that you timed it.
We were trying to capture the commercial as much as we could. My wife filmed that for me, and we got to carry that giant Galactus all over town and got some very interesting looks from people at the Home Depot.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, we didn't even bring a kid with us to the park. We just had the big Galactus, so it made for some fun interaction.
That was so much fun. I watched it like 2 times. I was like, that was so funny to me.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a Marvel Legends guy. I've always been a Marvel kid. I've got a whole arm full of Marvel tattoos. So
here we go.
Just stick with that. That is 100% my thing.
I absolutely love like what Hasbro's been doing with Marvel. Like the production of it's been solid. I've just been loving everything they've been putting out.
They have gotten better.
In particular, they've been doing really well.
Yeah. They're bringing me back. They hooked me, and they're reeling me back in. There's a few things that I could complain about, but I'm trying to stay positive and hope that they don't take advantage.
Honestly, last year there was everybody was really down on them. It seemed like everybody that had collected them previously had just sort of abandoned them and either moved on to Figure Arts or Amazing Yamaguchi or Mezco or something like that.
Yeah,
Right.
But this year, because the Hasbro reported it's a terrible year last year, so they listened. Some of it's they listened, some of it's that they're re-releasing things that you haven't been able to get for a while, and just combination of different things. They're just trying to get their money back, but in the process of doing that, they're kind of hitting some of the stuff that people missed about them and didn't appreciate that they were doing. So I've heard a lot of those people, I'm done with Marvel Legends, and this year they're like, well, you know what? I'm going to order some of this stuff because like
yeah. I feel
they
that.
do be
Like,
cooking.
yeah, like with the Power Rangers, they put out, Hasbro said, we didn't make no money off of Power Rangers and for quarter one. And I was like, well, you didn't release nothing for quarter one. So I don't know how,
Yeah.
But it's kind of sad to see that they discontinue Power Rangers with them and then put them off on Playmates, which
I just heard about that recently. I wasn't even aware of
Yeah.
it until like
not too
a couple
fond
days
of,
ago.
but
Oh, I
we'll see
bet. I mean,
how-
look at what's behind you. I bet, buddy.
I know, right?
Sucks.
Oh man, I'm too far in,
I'm too deep and too deep.
Yeah,
I am interested to see what Playmates can come up with, though, because I'm not completely familiar with them as a company. It seems like they make stuff for smaller kids, not for the adult collectors for sure.
right.
So it's interesting to see what they can do with a property that does attract older people.
The kids. Yeah, and yeah, you're right. Yeah, because the Lightning Collection was basically the older folks who grew up on it, their collection, and then now to see, because like I see Playmates does very well with TMNT, but I mean TMNT's been a thing since the '80s, so they're pretty well set, and they reproduce the same thing over and over. We'll see how they do with Power Rangers though, and then McFarlane also has the Power Rangers too, but they're putting them in like Page Puncher style.
Are they really? I didn't know McFarlane's picked them up too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. I've seen what they've done, but I don't know if they'll work very well with the Power Rangers, because like what comics are they gonna put in there? Like because there's not very many. I don't know. Where were we at on that one?
Power Rangers being canceled.
Page
that's
Punchers.
right. Page Punch. That's
Punchers.
right.
Yeah,
because there's not very many comics they could put with this that haven't been out. Like there's no new releases, honestly. So it's kind of odd for me.
They're probably going to reach and try and get something from the hits, Like, you probably know better than me which stories from the Power Rangers is more, adored by the fans. But they're probably going to reach into something like that because, that's immediately going to be the hook, and then they're going to be able to present them in maybe different fashions, maybe their own interpretations of it, which would be pretty fun to see.
Yeah.
They had a good IDW series, didn't they? Comic series?
Not for Power Rangers. If they did, it was like for the TMNT crossover.
Oh, I thought that. Okay.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of is like Shattered Grid, because that was a fan favorite, and they come with like hollow foil covers, and so that's the only thing I could think of that they would do.
The only Power Ranger comic books that I have are, I know. The only Power Ranger comic book I have is based off the original movie. I think it was a comic book, like a prelude to the movie. That's the only Power Ranger related comic book that I have. I have a few action figures, Power Rangers. You gotta have the White Ranger, right? Obviously, the Black Ranger because I'm brown. And then who else do I have? And then I think I have bad guys. That's it. That's all I needed. It was Tommy and the Black Ranger and some bad guys and Zed, of course.
That's all you need.
That's okay. I completely missed out on Power Rangers, unfortunately.
Out of the 50 seasons that they had, you couldn't find one?
When they came out in America anyway, I was 19 or 20 years old. I didn't care about any of that.
I see.
Oh, you were well without the outside that range that they were hitting for.
Yeah, so I don't have the nostalgia for it because it was just like, hey, my little cousin has this thing,
Right.
Whereas I started with Marvel when I was 6, so.
Right. So did you ever collect when what was it, Marvel Toys, and then they sold off?
Toy Biz?
Toy Biz, that's what it was, right?
Yeah, I have a couple of Toy Biz. When I stopped collecting comics like hardcore, around my teenage years because I discovered girls and got a car and all that stuff that you do that
Right.
distracts you from the important things in life. Um, they didn't have that yet. All we had historically was the original Secret Wars toys.
Oh.
From I was that Mattel or Hasbro? Mattel?
Secret was.
Maybe?
I think that might have
Original
been.
Secret Wars. Anyway, but
Cool.
I was always interested in superhero stuff, even when I wasn't actively into it. So, on occasion, I'd be in a store and see, a Toy Biz Spider Woman or Mr. Fantastic or something like that. So I'd grab one here and there, but I wasn't like seriously collecting, and wasn't seriously collecting figures until really just like last year. Was when I
Okay.
got into the Marvel Legends. So about a
Okay.
year ago, and I kind of went nuts with it, but
Yeah. I do say collecting toys. I started right when the pandemic hit, but it never stopped me. It actually gave me an out. Like it got me out the house. It got me traveling around. I mean, hell, I went to San Antonio and
Toy
Waco for
hunting.
no reason, just to look for toys. So
Yeah.
it got me out of the house. So
I miss the thrill of a toy hunt. Like, am I gonna get that?
I often
momentary-
drive to Waco or to where's it? Waco? Is it Waco? The Ollie's? Got Ollie's
oh
bargain?
yeah. Well, I've never been to Ollie's, and there's one in Killeen, there's one in Waco. I've never been.
Colleen's the one that I go to. Yeah,
Queensland. Oh,
Oh,
dang.
that happens. This is going to be fun. Everybody at home, I hope you are still enjoying this podcast and playing along with me in this Take a Drink every time Jay drops from the conversation. Again, it
Yeah.
is not intentional or on purpose. It's just technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But we're enjoying tonight.
Yeah. What are you taking a drink of every time he leaves?
8:05.
Okay.
It is.
All right.
I'm sure the adult listeners out there are familiar with 8:05. If you are not, please get
Oh, yeah.
familiar. This is not a sponsored ad. I just like beer.
Oh my god. I got I didn't know they made them, but the drink Jumex?
Oh yeah, who mix?
Yeah, who makes they make electrolyte drinks. I bought one and
Nice.
been pretty good. Oh, look at that. Can't go wrong with the Dr. Pepper.
They
Texas guy.
Did you guys hear the rumor that they're going to discontinue Dr. Pepper?
What?
It was
Not
I
in
think it was
Texas, they're not.
no, in Texas they're not.
You can't do that. People will riot.
It's just
Actually,
a rumor
when
I
I
heard.
used to-
I don't know. It could be fake.
Yeah, when I used to live in South Florida, there was it was like, what do you want to drink from the store? Well, I want Dr. Pepper, but if they don't have that, give me a Coke, because most places just didn't have Dr. Pepper over there, which I thought was weird until I started working with a lot of Cuban people. And every one of them that I ever met thought that it tasted like medicine. That's why they call it Dr. Pepper. Not going to drink it. So it was like the
Always
least
thought
popular
it
drink
tasted
over
like
there. And then
Yeah.
I moved to Texas and I was like, oh, finally I can get it anywhere I want, So
Yeah. That's like when
Especially that
when I went to Louisiana, they were like, we don't have Dr. Pepper, we have Mr. Pibb. I was like,
Yeah,
those
Mr.
are
Pibb.
fighting words. Yeah. Don't do that.
Hey.
It's like saying we don't have sweet tea, we have unsweet tea and some sugar packets. That's not the same.
That's not the same. No.
Better come correct with that sweet tea.
Yeah, you give me a cup of unsweet tea, you best believe there's gonna be some hands being thrown. Yeah, you can't mess with Texas people like that.
Man, we are
Hey.
in Texas. What are you doing?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that's Have you tried the new one yet? The coconut?
No, I saw that at a store and I wasn't brave enough to get it.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's not very.
It's a trap.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do have
it's a trap.
They have a strawberry one that's not terrible.
I do. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper. I do like
Mhm.
that one. Yeah. I'll give you that. But besides that, yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So, have y'all been catching up with it, or since y'all do collect the Marvel stuff, have y'all been actually watching some of the shows like X-Men '97 or something?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
along those lines.
I haven't looked at my Sentinel the same way after that.
Oh,
After the episode, Remember It.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like,
Oh my god.
it's a great
Yeah,
show.
I watch. Yeah, I watch all of it, and I'm an apologist or whatever. I like all of it with a few exceptions. I wasn't crazy about the Eternals. I thought that Secret Invasion was just a waste of time.
Oh man.
Everything else I like. I love She-Hulk. I love the Marvels. I love all of the things. So I'm all in for all of that stuff. Little
Oh yeah.
disappointed that they want to cut back some, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So
I
with
think.
She-Hulk, I didn't like She-Hulk very much, but then I had to rewatch it. But then as I
Boo!
rewatched
Boo to
it,
you! Boo!
yeah, I
How
really
do you?
liked it after that. You know, yeah.
Oh, you had to
Yeah.
rewatch it to like it a few times.
Yeah, I
Or-
rewatched it because I didn't know that dude Jonathan Hurd was in it, and I was like, oh, this dude's pretty funny.
For people who don't know, Jay just dropped off again. We are on drink 58, so if you're not
58.
caught up, make sure you catch up.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's hilarious.
I straight up love the Marvel universe. Everything that they do to expand it, I'm just more about. There's a lot of things like I could nitpick at, but just watching it expand is I think my biggest reward from being a fan of Marvel. Even just by name dropping people. I know you were saying that you didn't really like She-Hulk, but I loved it and this is like the main reason that I loved it. It introduced so many characters that we just like wish you
Porcupine
walked
and
away
Manbull.
and don't even like consider.
Yeah,
Like I'm
yeah.
pretty like Jay, give us a rundown of all like the deep cut characters. Like
There
yeah.
was Mr. Immortal and Porcupine and Manbull and
Yeah, Manbull.
El
Manbull was
Diva.
funny. Aligia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Why can't I say this? I'm Mexican. Damn.
right. Yeah.
Aguila. There we go. I had to
Aguila.
like. There we go.
Yeah, there was a lot of characters like that, and I love that, and I loved She-Hulk because I don't know if you've ever read a She-Hulk comic, but that's what
I'm
it
going
was.
to.
I mean, it was so true to the
Yeah.
comic. And I think a lot of people were just wanting like She-Hulk smash, but she's not
right.
just a
Right.
female Hulk. She's a different character of her own. She beat Deadpool to the whole breaking the fourth wall thing. Like that's her thing. He stole it from her, but she's just been that kind of character. Even when she climbed out of the Disney Plus menu and climbed out into the real world, that was literally from the comics. She busted out of a panel and ended up in the production office at Marvel Comics.
I'm just gonna say I was.
I appreciated it. It was made for me though. So what's that?
I was gonna say I was one of the viewers that was watching as we were watching it, and that part comes up. It took me a sec to realize, oh fuck, this is still the show. Because like it shows the menu. I thought like I accidentally like backed out. It was great. If they were trying to achieve that, they got me with it. It was a nice surprise, and then like they just immediately went back to the show.
Also,
look at that.
I have to like her.
Hey, rap.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, the one part that I didn't like at the beginning, but then when I rewatched it, I really loved it because it was just funny was when Megan Thee Stallion showed up. And then like they were twerking in her office. At first I was like, that's dumb, but then when I rewatched it, I was like, okay, that's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
It was fun. But yeah.
there have been some clunkers in there too. Secret Invasion, I can't get behind that. It was such a wasted opportunity for what they could have done. And I was actually arguing people with the twist. Like the whole thing is Secret Invasion, the concept from the comics is who can you trust? It's like it's like the old horror movie The Thing. Who is possessed? Who are we worried about? And they made it so obvious that it was spoilers, that it was Rhodey from like the first episode that I was arguing with people. There's no way it's him. That's a red herring. That's way too obvious. There's no way they're gonna do that. It's absolutely somebody else. And then it was him and nobody else. So I was like, yeah,
right.
I was hoping for
that was just so
the
predictable.
second Avengers movie has been a scroll, something like crazy like that.
Yeah.
That would have been a better storyline, but it was just so predictable. I think that's how. That was my experience with Secret Invasion. Just way too predictable because as you watch, I don't know how you guys watch shit, but like as I watch something, I have questions, you know. So I'm like, well, how is he
Oh.
going to deal with that aspect of the issue? Like,
Yeah.
of course, they were going to have a bunch of cameos of the Avengers coming in, so they were going to have to, like, you know, just use one person. So therefore, the Avengers were never going to show up. We weren't going to see any like flashbacks. So like immediately, I knew that I wasn't going to see anybody in Secret Invasion. When Secret Invasion has to do with multiple superheroes, just you know, being Skrulls. I knew I wasn't going to see any of that shit, and it really sucked. And in that way, being predictable, it was a letdown. But I will say, Secret Invasion is the only one that I pick on. Everything else, I'm I'm right there with it, you know.
Mhm.
But like that was an L. That was an L.
Damn.
Oh damn! Again.
Again. Oh man.
Oh no! I have to take another drink.
Oh
Gulp, gulp,
no.
gulp.
Oh man.
Hey, I do wanna kind of bring it back in about dioramas and the
Oh
dualrama
yeah.
idea. Um, everybody that's listening right now, ask yourself, what is your favorite IP that a toy company has, and what kind of display diorama would you want to have that you know complements that collection?
Right.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go down a list of things. Maybe one of these is gonna hit with you guys. So GI Joes, just imagine any bunker, any base that the GI Joes hang out in. Uh, just put the concept of the dual rama behind it. GI Joes, anything Marvel related, Transformers, Star Wars. You got Jada Toys Street Fighter line that's coming out. Like imagine if Jada Toys had like an one of the arenas as a dual rama that can you could just turn into another one and then stack
Mm.
on. You know, Mortal Kombat from what is it? Storm Collectives or from the McFarlane toy line. You know, even to go to say about Bratz, Barbies, it doesn't have to be just the action figure collectors. You know, Legos could do this possibly. I don't know. Tech Deck, like
Oh.
there's so many
Wow.
possibilities. Hot Wheels. There's a lot of. I've I've looked up dioramas for inspiration, and whenever I find some that are Hot Wheels related, I see more customizers making them than like any company really paying attention to that part of it. And you know what sucks about Hot Wheels? When you have to put them in a tote. I hate that because then the
Yep.
paint scratches. I'd
Yep.
rather have a really nice display of a garage that you know could really complement my hundreds of Hot Wheels that are just getting scratched up like that. I can keep going on for days. There's like the concept of like a science lab, anything street related, animes, the DBZ, like you know, Jujutsu Kaisen, a classroom or a dojo.
Right.
The it's just like endless, really. So, oh, do you collect RC cars? Do you like driving those too? You can make a garage out of it. It doesn't have to be
Right.
a toy line, you know, but like anything that complements you know the experience of collecting what you collect. Like, why not? Why not come up with some a better way to elevate your collection? You know, display them
Mm.
differently and have options and save
Right.
money. Um, that's kind of what I want you guys to think about when you think of the concept of a dual rama. You have two different things in one with multiple combinations. Um, an arcade, a warehouse, a castle in ruins, some wooded theme, you know, display. Any video game line. This concept, this idea can just be carried on to so many IPs and just really help like take it to the next level. And that's why I
Right.
want people to get excited because it's one thing to have, you know, your figures just standing there in rows like little soldiers.
Mm.
It's fun, it's cool. But it gets, you know, a little old and stagnant and you know, maybe spruce it up a bit.
Right.
And why not for the first time and maybe the only time that you do it with a dual Rama that has combinations that you don't want to spend money on in the future. Or maybe
Yep.
you do and you want to stack up. The options are really all set to complement the collector. So people at
I
home,
can totally the one that hit me the hardest was Street Fighter because the play screens that you fight in front of, there's so many different ones.
mm,
You can literally make like a three variations, and then like each one has a four sets to it, like a
yes sir,
backdrop, and like you said, they're about to release another Street Fighter line. So,
Gentlemen and ladies in the chat,
another one.
everybody in between, take another shot. Jay has just dropped out.
Yeah. Oh man.
This is just a fun thing we're doing. It sucks, but we're still here, and he is
Yeah.
always in spirit with us.
I just hate how it always pops, like usually the new person, and it always pops them out. I always hate that.
Um.
Oh man.
Hey.
Oh man.
um.
All right. Well, shoot. Any last thoughts that you have?
Yes. If you guys at all, anyone listening here, love your collection and feel like it's time to get a diorama to spruce it up in any kind of way, hit me or Jay up on TikTok. You can find me under Cave Art Customs, or find me by just looking up Tavin the Caveman. JR75 is JR's at. And I want to let you know that right now you will be getting just customized pieces directly from me or Jay if Jay wants to tackle trying to make one. But nonetheless, you'll get a customized piece right now before it goes real big, because we want to see this, obviously reach our goals. We want big companies to be aware of this concept and to take it on eventually. But
Right.
before then, get a hold of one of us. We'll work with you to make a diorama, and I hope that's what you want. That's what you're ready for. Yeah.
Is there a name that y'all are working on to present this under?
Well, it's officially called a dual-rama. So if you want the dual-rama experience, just ask for a dual-rama and give us your ideas. I love talking shop, so if you contact me on TikTok or my Instagram at Cave Art Customs, I will definitely give you all the time to just talk about shops and what you want, because that's what I want to do. I want to help you elevate your collection with one of these pieces. Other than that, I do make toy props and display pieces. So if you're interested in those kind of things, hit me up. I am open to a conversation and work with all sorts of budgets and try my best to, be there for you. I really don't have anything else to plug. I got a lot of fun stuff coming up on my TikTok. I don't know if you guys are interested in that. If you like doom scrolling like I do, please visit my TikTok. I have a lot of dumb, silly things to show. And yeah, Mr. J.
That's about it. I appreciate you having us on, letting us chit chat with you about our nerdy sessions and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely any time for toy collectors. It's and Marvel fans and like especially y'all. Y'all learn me stuff because I don't really follow a lot of Marvel or the Hasbro Marvel side, but I always love hearing others' perspectives and especially with you, because like with you, Jay, you said some stuff that I saw as a kid, and I'm like, wait a minute. This I shouldn't be hearing about this. And so thank y'all for joining me tonight. I'm sad that Jim couldn't be here because he knows way more Marvel than me. So
dude, I even spruced up my beard for him because last time I was on, he made fun of my beard and was like, "So you don't comb your beard, huh?" And I'm like, I'll fix it next time. Sorry, sir."
Yeah.
And now he's not even here to enjoy my awesome beard that you can't even see on screen.
Man, look at that! It looks majestic, though. That's I gotta say.
It's one of those things you gotta experience in person, to really appreciate the majestic being that is Taven.
Do you want to be a hero, but you're not? Do you want to be a Jiro or a Kojiro, but you can't because you're not Japanese? Have you considered Zio to hero?
Remember, heroes come and go. Idiots are forever.
Jimbalee!
All right, but yeah. So, totally off topic. But did you happen to catch SmackDown on Friday?
I'm halfway through the episode. Halfway through. Don't spoil it for me. I'm gonna go finish it probably after this.
All right, I saw something about AJ, but I couldn't watch it, and then I was like, did AJ Styles just retire?
I hope he did. That guy.
He-
He's not entertaining at all, bro. Like, full Jesus can only be so entertaining for so long. Like, I'm over it. If he does retire, bye.
Yeah, I do give him credit that he got his flowers in Backlash. Like, that entrance and that how the crowd loved him, I give him that. Like, they really rocked the stadium for him.
I probably just shat on somebody's hero. Look, guys, I said some things, you said some things, but none of it was serious.
there was, yeah. Okay, all right. Well, where can for one last time, where can people find y'all at, and what platforms can they find y'all at?
I'm just on TikTok, JAYARE75.
And also on TikTok and Instagram, you can find me under Tavin the Caveman or Cave Art Customs. Probably Tavin the Caveman because I'm probably the only caveman out there named Tavin. And I love that.
All right, that's fair enough.
This is the Zio to Hero podcast.